Hello and welcome to At the Leadership Table with retired Major General Jim Hoyer. Oftentimes people hear the word leader and they think only of political leaders, but leaders come in many forms, and that's worth exploring. I'm Jim Hoyer, born and raised in West Virginia, a husband, a father, a new grandfather, and a retired military leader, serving for over 40 years in public leadership for our state and nation. Now, the most important mission I have going forward is to educate, motivate, and empower our next generation of leaders. Welcome to At the Leadership Table. In honor of International Women's Day and Women's History Month this March, we are digging deeper into some of the great leadership insights that we've heard about from women leaders making a difference across the Mountain State. In this 2-episode series, we revisit and honor some of the important contributions that women leaders have made in our local communities, our state, and across our nation. So let's hear from them again now. An interview that stands out to me is one of the most recent ones. It's with Deb Harris of Jobs and Hope. Deb candidly shared her journey with us, starting from a place of hardship, moving through recovery, and ultimately finding her purpose in serving others. Here's some of what Deb had to say.
When you're talking about employment, we're not just talking a job. My first job in recovery, I worked at Tudor's Biscuit World. I was living in a recovery home, and I had to get a job because I had to pay rent. But it wasn't my purpose. One of the things that I love most about this job is to provide service to my fellow West Virginians in recovery and give them hope to find their purpose.
Deb exemplifies purpose-driven leadership. Understanding how our own purpose and actions can play into building community resilience is an important leadership lesson. For Deb, her own experience through recovery led her to Jobs and Hope and to help others. This example of leadership reminded me of a conversation I had with my friend, retired Brigadier General Paige Hunter, in early 2025. Paige shared one of the most impactful leadership lessons she'd learned before taking on a command position in the West Virginia Air National Guard as its first woman general. Here's what Paige had to say.
When I decided to apply for a command job, I asked Rick, who's been in 36 years, and Dad, 41 years, if they thought I could do that and I would be good at that. And they both said yes. Dad half jokingly said, well, command will cost you your health, but yes, you can do it. And of course, both being great leaders themselves, they had some advice for me. And Rick said, just lead by example. Mm-hmm. He said, you do the right things for the right reasons, just lead by example. And Dad said, command with compassion. Our people are our best resource, so take care of them and they'll take care of the mission. Mission is always first, but there's always a way to take care of both.
Great leaders meet people right where they are. Paige shows us that taking the time to understand those who we serve and those who we serve with, aligning in a shared mission, living by the mission each and every day, and leading from a place of compassion is a combination for strong, meaningful leadership. I share the belief that leading by example is an important step in inspiring and empowering a whole new generation of leaders. In the summer of 2024, we sat down with a Mountain State pediatrician, Dr. Lisa Costello, to hear more about her work and experiences with leadership, community, and healthcare. My good friend Lisa shared with us her own story of her first experiences with leadership. Here's what Lisa had to say.
I'm talking to you today on my parents' 48th wedding anniversary. So my moment goes back actually to my childhood when I had the opportunity to see my dad be the president of the local baseball association, where I played softball, and my mom was the director of our local United Way, and I saw how they would show up when no one else was there to put in the work that's needed to serve others and to make progress, and saw their hard work and determination and commitment to serve others. And now they're celebrating their 48th wedding anniversary. So for me, as a young child, I had the opportunity to see leadership in my family and my parents, and that really has impacted my motivation to serve others and passion to give back here in my home state of West Virginia.
Through Lisa's perspective, we see how a young girl's experience growing up and watching her parents, who led in the home and in the local community, helped shape her view of service, leadership, and community in ways that continue to serve her throughout her career. Today, we reflected on the insights from just 3 of the incredible women that we've heard from on At the Leadership Table. Through their voices, we are reminded that leadership starts in finding our own purpose and sharing it with others, even when that purpose is born in hardship or struggle. And most of all, leadership is about serving others. As we often talk about on this program, that service comes in many, many forms. I think about in my own life, my grandmother, my mother, my aunts, my wife, my daughter-in-law, all who have served in many, many different ways, through leading our family, through leading in our communities, as well as helping others in so many, many ways. To all the women leaders in our local communities, our great state of West Virginia, and our nation, thanks for leading by example and leading with purpose, and making our local communities, our state, and our nation a better place to live. Thanks for listening. This has been At the Leadership Table with retired Major General Jim Hoyer. Did you know you can now find me on social media at RMG Hoyer? That's HOYER, or email me at rmgjameshoyer@gmail.com.